Hey everyone, and welcome to another speed renovation. So in a couple parts ago of something I recorded, don't remember what, I did mention that I liked this building called the Old Salt House. I believe it's in the Spice Market of San Myshuno. So I decided to renovate it, and that is what I'm doing today. I didn't change the layout or anything. I kept all the walls in the places that they were in, but I'm assuming I changed the placement of things. I don't know. When I bought this house, I bought it unfurnished, so I didn't see the original layout, so I'm not really sure what it was like before, but I just kind of did what felt right, so hopefully you guys like it. I kind of went with a eclectic industrial theme. I know everybody's like, oh, this house was a renovated factory, and no. I don't think it's a renovated factory per se, but I do think that somebody bought this old industrial type building. It's called the Old Salt House, so maybe it's where they like packed salt or something to be sold. I don't know. But I do believe it was an industrial building of sorts, and somebody bought it and renovated it, and then we're renovating it again. So that's what I went with. So I do add some pipes and things around just to make it look a little more industrial. Overall, I'd say the color scheme is kind of like a brown, green, and, well, there's black too. Brown, green, black, and orange. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but I think that it works in the end. I think that painting really actually kind of helps tie everything together. But this is where I put the kitchen. Again, I went with a more industrial theme, and I pull the eclectic thing in when I'm making the kitchen and decide to make things a little mismatched, because I envisioned that a set of roommates would live here. I do make 3 separate bedrooms, but you could have more than 3 Sims, obviously, because the rooms have double beds. But I imagined, since it's in the middle of the city, it's probably a house that's like a share house rented by a group of roommates. So that is what I went with here, and that kind of accounts for the eclectic style, because it's 3 different people or more, 3 different styles, you know, different backgrounds, different tastes, so they're all bringing those items into one home together. So it's gonna be a little mismatched, because who has matching stuff anyways? Like, honestly, if I look around my room, I have a brown desk that was my husband's when he was a teenager. We have a brown dresser that's like a different shade of brown that again was my husband's, and it's more modern. And then I have a black bookcase that's very like sleek looking, where all of my books and movies sit. And none of those things go together, but they're all in the same room, and that's kind of true, especially if you're younger. Once you get older, like you have money to buy matching things. I know a lot of people go out and buy matching sets, but when you're young and just out of college, like I imagine that these people would be, you don't have money for matching things, so they definitely don't match. The rooms are a little bit better matched because it's one individual person's taste versus them all throwing their stuff into like common spaces. So yeah, that's my little ramble about that. So that's what I went with. You saw I did the little shelves above the microwave, which I thought was kind of neat, with all the random stuff on there. And again, I'm trying to do industrial touches, so I put kind of more industrial lighting. I actually had a lot of fun with the lighting. I did a lot of overlapping and things to make unique light fixtures. I think it was pretty cool. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So here is the dining room, and I don't leave those lights. I do leave them for a minute, but I decide that I don't really like them, so they change. And I end up going with a more emeraldy kind of, that rug, more emeraldy kind of green rug. So there are touches of brighter green throughout, but I think overall it's more of a muted green, kind of almost olive or army green. And I put some little boho mirrors around, trying to just throw in that mismatched eclectic look again. I really like that style. I don't know what it is, but it speaks to me. And let's see, am I going to overlap soon? I overlap lighting here above the table, and I really like the way that it turns out because none of the light fixtures really give off that much light. So initially I put the little saucer lights with those things. I ended up deleting them though because I thought they were too bright. But you see there, I overlapped them and sized them up to make a unique light fixture, and I think it looks really cool. I do put some curtains in. I don't put them around the whole room. I think I put them in the living room and the not the kitchen, the dining room. Duh, that's what we're in. And I do that just for some more privacy because I wasn't going to put any curtains, but you are literally like right on the main floor of the city, so I figured you'd probably want some privacy from time to time. So I did just that. I don't pack this room full of too many things. It's a big space. I kind of just leave it open and put the necessities down. Oh, I also overlapped the curtains with those, I guess they're like tapestries. They're not technically a curtain item, but I use them as curtains a lot. They're like little beaded dangly things, and I think that they're really cute, so I overlapped those because they had a green kind of yellowy orange color scheme one, and so I did just that with them, and I think that they look really cool. I go with a green sofa, and I think I put in some poofs. I think I changed them though. Yeah, I put in the patterned ones, and then we go with a green chair to match. And they're on the shaggy carpet that came from City Living? Was it City Living? Yeah, City Living. I really love that carpet. And over here I decided to put a little desk area, which I think is pretty cool. I was going to make an office, but then I was like, nah, I'll just put the desk over here, and if you guys want to like throw more computers into the rooms, you can, but for now they only have one little computer over here. Put that screen behind it to block it off from the dining room, so it's like its own little office nook, and I think that it looks pretty cool over there in the corner. And then I think the last thing I add here is just a chessboard. I don't really add a lot of stuff to it. I just didn't want to overcrowd it. It felt like it would mess up the flow. I do decide though to section off the kitchen a little bit just because I wanted it to feel more like a separate room. So I put some half walls and changed the wood floor to some tiling. And if you're wondering, that flooring is the basketball floor in the black color. I know I use a lot, but it's just so pretty. I can't not use it. And I've never used the black color, so that is what I did. And I also put a little globe bar over there, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then this is where I put in some, what do you call those, garage doors? Just one. Well, I mean, there's two technically because there's one on the inside, so it looks like it opens to the inside, but it's technically only one garage door because, like I said, this was an industrial building, so I assumed that's where they would pull up the trucks to kind of load in the salt shipments or something. So yeah, but it's cool because if you put like an artist in that room, they could obviously do murals on it, and so I thought that it was a nice addition. This is the bathroom. I do change the layout quite a bit just because I wasn't happy with it. I was initially not going to put a tub in here, but it was such a big bathroom, and since there's a separate room downstairs, I figured that it would not really make sense to make them walk all the way upstairs to take a shower or a bath, so I just put a bathtub in here. Again, I wanted it to look not necessarily new, because you can buy used tubs and things, like older tubs to put into your home. Like, you don't have to buy new items. And since these are younger people who are living here, they probably didn't have the money to go out and renovate, a whole bathroom. So that's what they probably did, is went somewhere and got like a discounted used tub. So that's why it's not that fancy. If this is making sense to you, I don't know, but that's what I went with. Again, this layout changes up to that right there. I put the bed over here. I go with a pretty bright color in here. Like, I do mostly the teal, but I do throw in that really hot like magenta color. You could put a teen in here, I guess. It does look kind of young, but I still made it for an adult, not necessarily a teen. But like I said, you could do whatever you want with it. It definitely looks like it could be for a teen, someone youthful. I didn't put a computer in this room just because I didn't want to drive up the cost, but you could easily put a computer in there and it would obviously work because I put a desk in there for writing or whatever, or if you have a teen, for homework. Upstairs, there is a big room that opens up to that top part of the building, which wasn't a balcony initially, but I turned it into a balcony. And then we also have another bathroom. This one does have a tub in it, though, because I felt it, or I mean a shower, not a tub. This one does have a shower in it because I felt like we needed a shower, because just taking baths takes forever in The Sims. Like, honestly, it takes forever. So I wanted another option for if you're in a hurry or something. Plus, not everybody likes taking baths. So this bathroom, though, as you can see, has a very strong color scheme, red, white, and black. And I don't know why I did that. It just happened. So it is what it is. For this floor, I actually do end up changing it a little bit. I make the walls taller just because I felt that gap above the bookcase was really obnoxious, and I wanted to put a second bookcase above it, but there wasn't enough room. So as you saw, I made it bigger and put a second bookcase up there. I don't know if they can use that one, but I think that it just looks nicer. The hallway is pretty much just full of decorations and kind of pointless. I mean, we do have the bookcase, obviously, so it's not totally pointless. Oh yeah, I put another one over there as well. But it's pretty much pointless. And then I just put some art around. And I do fill this little vase with some little sticks. I think it looks cute. It kind of clips through the bottom, but you're not really going to notice it. And then this room, if you were going to play with a family, this would obviously be the master bedroom because it's a little bit bigger. I thought maybe the roommates had like two, like a couple, like maybe it was 4 roommates and then, or wait, 4? Yeah, 4 roommates, and 2 of them shared this bedroom and then the other 2 were single, if that makes sense. Probably not. I'm kind of tired, so I'm not really making a lot of sense, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. And at this one, I went with kind of an orange, and I don't know what you call that color. It's not exactly an emerald green. It's more like a, I don't know, it's more like a deep teal. I don't know. I was having a hard time with the bench, too. I wanted to find something that went with it, and I really liked that patterned one, but I felt like it might be too much pattern for some people, like the orange pattern, so I just made it gray in the end. But looking back now, I wish I would have left it the orange one because I think it looked nice, but whatever. Anyways, this section of roof was closed off, but I put some glass around it and turned it into a balcony. There is a jacuzzi out here, some yoga mats, an easel, and I think just a bench. Yeah, pretty simple, but a nice little space. This room was obviously a nursery in the other furnished version of this house, but again, I wanted roommates and no kids, but obviously you could turn it into a nursery very easily. And this is the smallest room of them all, but it's still a nice little room. It has a nice view if you look out the windows over the water, and this one has a more muted color scheme than the other 2, more of blues and grays. I don't know. Put some instruments in there, figured maybe this person was a musician. Pretty simple stuff. I tried to stick some activity items around the house so that it wasn't just pure decoration, but you could actually do some things. As for out back here, I put the garbage cans over there, and then there was this grass area, so I wanted to put some plants in there so it wasn't all just concrete. And I wanted it to look very overgrown, so you can see I'm like stacking around the little grass thingies. I don't even know what you call those. And then I put flowers throughout it just because these are young city people. Like, they do not have time to garden. They don't care about gardening. They're too wrapped up in their careers and, you know, the city life. But they do have a basketball hoop, and I put in a little grill area over here. I don't know. Figured why not? Might as well. It's a big space, so they'd have plenty of room for entertaining. I was considering putting a pool in there, but it just, I don't know, it just felt weird. It just didn't seem like a pool would be here, and they wouldn't have money to put a pool in, so I just decided against it. But they have a nice little barbecue area, so it worked out in the end. And I also gave them a fire pit for bonfires and whatever else they wanted to do. So they have the perfect little house for, honestly, it'd be a good house for parties too, but just to hang out and experience the city. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go and let you guys enjoy the screenshots, which are coming in just a second here. If you want to download this house, it is just called the Old Salt House Reno, like Reno in parentheses, and you can find it on the gallery if you search my username or origin ID, which is ToriSimz1. It's just ToriSimz, like my channel, but it's all one word, capital T, capital S, Z at the end, and a 1 after it. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, everybody!
Renovation.